After 12 seasons in the NFL, Julian Edelman calling it a career. The wide receiver announcing his retirement from the league on Monday night. Three-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman brought it all to the slot for New England, underneath the defense with whip routes, juke routes, certainly things with the ball in his hands as a ball carrier, over routes, crossing over the middle of the field. Definitely an element to Julian Edelman's game as well, and he was just everything that the Patriots would have asked for in a player and in a teammate, somebody that was extremely tough, dependable, and really clutch in the biggest moments. Of course, we'll remember him for the catch against the Falcons, the tip catch, the catches against Seattle over the middle against Cam Chancellor, or on the touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown on the little whip route that really is his patented move from Tom Brady, and definitely Super Bowl 53 as well, the MVP, really the best offensive player in that game on either side of the football, and Julian Edelman will leave behind a legacy that will end up in the Patriots Hall of Fame, no doubt. Maybe even number 11 retired at Gillette Stadium, no longer available for current and future Patriots to wear. I think there will be a sect of football writers that will certainly try to get Julian Edelman into Canton, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as well. That one might be a little bit more of a stretch, but I think that we can see with the playoff resume that Julian Edelman at least has an outside chance of getting into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he's absolutely a lock for the Patriots Hall of Fame. That is for sure. He will be wearing a red jacket someday as well. Now, where do the Patriots go from here without Julian Edelman? Last season, Jakobi Meyers took over a lot of the route tree that Julian Edelman left behind when he first started to deal with those knee injuries. Jakobi Meyers, not necessarily the guy at the top of the route or with the ball in his hands that Julian Edelman was. Not a jitterbug, right? But he can definitely run across the field. He definitely understands how to get open between the middle of the field and middle of the field coverage and how to work off of it, taking some pointers from Edelman himself on how to run some of those routes. Free agent additions Nelson Agholor and Kendrick Bourne also have time in the slot in their careers. Bourne a little bit quicker at the top of the route, physical than Julian Edelman. Not the guy with the ball in his hands, though, that Edelman was. Nelson Agholor, more of a burner or a vertical threat from the slot. Also not a yak guy necessarily. So the Patriots could look through the draft in April, and there is a lot of options, a plethora of options for guys that are those undersized, speedy, shifty, elusive players with the football in the open field. Right at the top of the draft, you got Jalen Waddle. Then you can go to Amari Rodgers. You can go to Kadarius Toney. You can go to Elijah or Rondale Moore. And the list goes on and on. Jalen Darden, Tutu Atwell. There's a long list of players, including one other name, Dwayne Eskridge, the Patriots have already met with a couple of times in the pre-draft process. So the Patriots want to look for that ball carrier, that tough, feisty yak machine that Julian Edelman was. Maybe they go to the draft for that. Bourne, Agholor, Jakobi Meyers should be able to run some of those routes inside as well. But the legacy that Julian Edelman left behind after 12 seasons with the Patriots, certainly one of the best players New England has ever seen.